Hey everybody, I'm John. I collect cards. Hope you're all doing well. I got my camera moved up pretty high on this one. For something different, I thought I'd show the books almost their full height, or a little bit more than usual. But anyway, backdrop aside, I'm coming at you here with another SGC grading submission. 5 cards only, but I am excited about these 5 vintage baseball cards that I'm sending to Boca Raton. The second half of this video, I will do the reveal. Let's get right to what these 5 cards are, starting with my 1966 Topps Jim Palmer rookie. Now, I was thinking about sending this in a few months back, and I held it back because I thought maybe it was actually trimmed. I bought this off eBay, and I had first measured it against some cards later in the set, some high number cards, actually a couple of high number cards I have from 66, and those cards seemed a little bigger or cut bigger. So this, I was starting to get concerned that maybe this was either min sized or even trimmed. And then I picked up a couple of other 66 cards that are closer to the card number for the Palmer, which makes me think that we're probably in the same series, and it measured fine when I measured it with those cards. So it made me a little more confident that this is good. And then I saw some other recent grading video reveals of a Palmer rookie, and just looking a little more closely at some eBay listings for Palmers, and seeing that the borders overall seemed pretty much right in terms of with what I have. So I'm pretty confident and hopeful anyway that this is legit, and I'm hoping for a 6 on this. It's a pretty nice example, so I'm looking forward to seeing that in a slab. If for some reason it comes back authentic, then I'll move it and sell it and cut my losses and go from there. The next card, number 2 of 5, is this 1964 Topps Sandy Koufax World Series card from 1963. Koufax strikes out 15. It's card number 136 in the set. Look at that back centering. That back centering is really strong on this card. And this little corner here, that's got a little bit of a dink in it. The overall corner is still pretty good. This card's in pretty nice shape. It's off center left when you look at it horizontally. A lot of examples from what I've seen also have similar off center on this, but the main reason why I want to get this graded is because it just looks so good in an SGC tux. I've seen some examples on eBay, and so I'm just really looking forward to getting this graded. I hope it comes back a 5. That's my hope, at least a 5. I'm hopeful that maybe it can even get a 5.5, but 6 might be a stretch. I'll really hope for a 6, but I think a 5 probably a little more likely. I showed this card in my recent Bargain Hunters episode over on Steve Vintage on Vintage's channel. I hope if you haven't seen that already, I hope you do check it out. I recommend you do. We had a lot of fun. We had a guest on that one. We had Topher join us from the Cincinnati Kid. We all showed our Koufax pickups. This was actually my second choice pickup. I didn't actually use this as the one that wasn't my entry in the bargain hunt, so to speak. But I ended up picking this one up anyway because I liked it so much. But we'll see how this does with SGC. I'm really hoping for a 6, probably more like a 5 or 5.5 there. Probably. Let's move on. 1950s. I'm going to send this card in. A 1953 Topps Bob Serve. I don't send too many non-Hall of Famers to get graded, actually, but this one I'm going to send in because I'm gonna sell it after I get it slabbed. I picked up this card at my LCS not long after I got back in the hobby in 2020. I've had this card for probably 4 years now, and I was just buying anything that kind of interested me that I found pretty cool and looked like it was a decent deal, and it was in good shape, or just cards that kind of called out to me. And to some degree I still do that, but I have a little bit more of a plan and a strategy when I do that. This is a Yankee card, but I'm probably still going to move this one after I get it back slabbed. I'm hoping it can maybe get a 6. This corner lost a little color there, but the corner is still pretty good. Centering isn't perfect, but it's, I think, pretty good. And the photo, or image, I should say, resolution, all that, I think it's quite good. So I'm excited to send this in, get it graded, and then we'll see how we do moving it. Just to kind of, I'm trying to build up some funds for my big goal card next year, which I'll talk about in a minute here. I've got 2 cards left in terms of what I'm sending in here. This one I've shown a couple of times this summer and fall. It's mid-October. I should have mentioned at the start when I'm recording this. And then we'll see how long it takes coming back from SGC. Hopefully no more than 3 weeks or so. Maybe even shorter than that. This is a 1933 Goudey Charlie Grimm. I was really excited to pick this up earlier this year. About 2 to 3 months ago I picked this up. I actually got an autograph from him in the deal as well. He autographed the Wrigley Field ticket stub for a Cubs game back in 1983, I believe it was, not long before he passed away. Longtime great from the Cubs. He also managed the Braves for a time in the 50s. He was Hank Aaron's first manager. But he managed the Cubs to 3 National League pennants and was a really good first baseman as well. Good hitting first baseman. Not a big power hitter, medium power, I'd say, but I think his lifetime batting average was 290. He had over 2,100 hits, I think it was. Really good baseball career. And I'm hoping this can get a 4. This card's in pretty nice shape. It's got the slightest little indentation right where my thumb is there. So that's the main kind of concern I have. It's also a little, it's got age. It's aged. This card's over 90 years old, so it's got some, kind of aging, spotting, toning. I don't know what you'd call that stuff, but color overall is really nice. Registration's good. This is my first Goudey from 33. I love it. I look forward to seeing it graded. Open for a 4. All right, now here's the biggie of the 5. Now, I wasn't planning to pick up a card of this player until maybe next year. I referenced my goal pickup for 2025, and I've mentioned it before on my channel. It's the 1940 Play Ball Joe DiMaggio. That's the card I'm really shooting for next year, and so cards like that serve that I just showed, fun, any funds I can build up toward that, I'm trying to do, and so I've got several modern cards I plan to consign, actually, probably to like DC Sports 87. Actually, before I show this last card, if any of you have experiences with them, let me know in the comments below if they've been pretty good to work with, because it would be a first time for me consigning out modern cards like that, but I've got a decent amount that I'm looking to move, so build those funds like I said. But so I'm looking to get a Joe D next year. I didn't think I'd be getting a Joe D this year, but I did. I found this card on eBay about a month ago, and I was very interested in how the auction was proceeding. It seemed like something maybe I can get in on. It was not so first off, this is a 1951 Berk Ross Joe DiMaggio. You don't see these cards raw too often, I don't think. And so that was alone was kind of the reason why I was watching it, just to see how it would do. It ended at it was a weekday daytime ending auction on eBay by a seller who does not normally sell baseball cards. But yet it still got 20 plus bids and 14 bidders, and I managed to win this auction, and I was just super duper excited. So anyway, I'm looking forward to getting this graded. It's got, as you can see, a crease going all the way across, and it's very visible on the back, as well as this crease right here. But gosh, this is just a beautiful card. From his playing career last year, it's got staining, little paper upturn there on the corner, but overall the corners are pretty decent. That corner's a little, got some more wear maybe than the others, but I mean, gosh, the eye appeal I think still is pretty darn good for this card. And I'm hoping it maybe get a 2. Hoping for a 2 on it. We'll see. I'll take any number grade I'd be super happy about. So, but with that, those are the 5 cards I'm sending in, and see you in a few seconds here for the reveal. All right, here's the package. We're going to open it right now. It is Friday, November 1st. when I'm recording this second half here. I'm going to try to make the reveal portion here as quick as possible. And we'll just, we're actually going to start with the card we last left off at. We're going to start with the Joe DiMaggio on this one. I'm not going to like save it for last. Let's just get right to it since it's right here, ready to be shown first. So again, I'm really excited about this card. I was just super excited to even find it at an auction that was, maybe, that's something that I knew I could take part in and maybe put a bid on, and just winning the card. Really psyched for this. So anyway, I wasn't expecting to get a DiMaggio. Here it is, beautifully slabbed, hoping for a 2, and I got a 2. And I should preface again, if you've watched my reveal videos in the past, I do know what these 5 grades are. Yeah, just that card looks super. Just super. Looks awesome in a 2, in any slab. Again, any number, a 1 would have been totally fine. Just absolutely love it. So very, very excited for that. So you know what? We're actually going to put this off on the side here, or we'll keep it in this. We'll keep it on the screen here as we go through these other ones. I'll keep the other ones kind of covering in the back. Put this in the background while I reveal the others, but I'm just going to keep that in the background for the remainder. Here's the Charlie Grimm, the 33 Goudey Grimm. I was hoping for a 4 on this. Again, there's the back. Look at that. Got a 4.5. Even better than I expected. Yeah, just another one. Again, this is my first 33 Goudey. Another one looks really, really good in a tux. So just really, really happy to add this to the collection. And it's been really fun getting to know the player, manager, baseball personality that Charlie Grimm was. He was a baseball lifer, I guess you could say. And it started, as it says here on the back of this of his Goudey card here. He was a vendor for the Cardinals, selling peanuts and tonics, meaning, I'm guessing, soda. But yeah, just a cool getting to know players like this that, maybe you heard in passing growing up, or just, in the history of the game, and never really dived into their kind of their story. And it's been really fun to do that in the case of Charlie Grimm. So really happy with that grade too. All right, the third card, Bob Serve, 53 tops. Again, I'll be selling this card probably at the start of the year, closer to spring training, when baseball kind of heats up again. And yeah, again, like I said, it's November 1st when I'm recording this. And so the Yankees are coming off that pretty tough and brutal, even 5-game World Series loss to the Dodgers. The games were closer, I think, than the 5 games. Only 5 games would indicate. But, it is what it is. The Dodgers were a better team, plain and simple. The Yankees didn't execute when they needed to execute, and we'll leave it at that. But overall, at the same, last thing I'll mention about this year's Yankees, at least in this video, is they won a pennant. They still won an American League pennant, and that says something. That's so many media members were like the night after they lost, the night within minutes after they lost, just drilling and grilling the players in interviews. It's like, gosh, let's take a step back. They won the American League championship. That is not easy to do. I don't care what market we're talking about. I'm a native New Yorker talking here, and I don't live there anymore. But I was just like, maybe I've lost a little bit of my New Yorker in me. I'm a Midwest guy now, living in Michigan for a while, but just, take a step back. The Yankees won a pennant, that says something. That is something, and the better team won the World Series this time. Hopefully, if you're a Yankee fan, they'll get back next year. With or without Juan Soto or Garrett Cole or whatever, if they lose both of those guys, chances are they won't get back. But anyway, moving on. Let's get back to vintage. Bob Serve, 53 tops. I was hoping for a 6, and I actually got it. So I was pretty happy about this. And again, I'll enjoy it for a couple months here in the off season, and then as spring training rolls around, I will be looking to sell this. So just to, again, build up the funds for the 40 play ball Joe DiMaggio, every 30, 40, $50 at a time. That'll help. So, all right, here's the 1964 Sandy Koufax World Series. Interesting, I'm put a Dodger card, it turns out, in this submission of a pitcher who dominated the Yanks. All good. Great card. Great back. Really nicely centered back with the orange borders. I was hoping for at least a 5 or even a 5.5. And look at that. I got a 4 on it. So I was way off on this one, and I haven't been this way off on a card, I don't think, in a while. I mean, I guess I was a full point off, but I was even thinking possibly even a 5.5. So I was a point to a point and a half off on this. And so I clearly... either I missed something that I'm just not seeing, or now seeing it in a tuxedo, I do see how it is off-center in two ways, off-center pretty significantly. I guess I didn't really I obviously recognize the left-right off-center. I didn't recognize enough the top-bottom off-center, and it's more noticeable now that it's in a slab. It kind of like does strikes you a little bit more. So maybe that had a lot to do with it. Overall, it's still a nice card. I was, again, hoping for a 5, so I'm a bit disappointed it only got a 4. So there's a chance I might actually end up moving on from this one as well and just, just sell it and maybe get another one someday. But it does look great in a slab like I knew it would. Just such a great card. But, all right, there's that. A 4 for Sandy. Not quite what I was hoping on that. Here's the last card, 66 Topps Jim Palmer rookie. I can tell you right now, I did get a number grade on it, so that was very good to know a few days ago, earlier this week. And again, SGC turned them around quickly. I got these cards in 2 weeks, so just 2 weeks. That was from when they arrived in Florida to when I got them yesterday. 2 weeks, maybe even just a day less than 2 weeks. So really excited for the turnaround time. I was hoping for a 6 on this rookie, and bang, got it. So I was 4 for 5 on these, where I got one was slightly better than average, or slightly better than my hope, which was the Grim, and one that was a bit off, which was the Koufax, and then the other 3 I pretty much hit spot on. So pretty happy about that, about kind of having a little bit more of an eye for these, or at least more times than not. But I was really happy to get this 6. This card looks great. So super happy about the Palmer. Super happy about Joe DiMaggio. Let's put up these 2 guys here to end it. And with that, we'll wrap up this video. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate you as always. Like and subscribe if you would take the time to do that. I would really appreciate it. And we're already in Hot Stove League. I know I just heard the Angels made a trade. I think they got Jorge Soler. So yeah, it's on. Welcome to Hot Stove 24-25. Enjoy the weekend, everyone, and I will see you on the next video. Okay, so I'm holding this card raw right now, and it's just pretty amazing. When do you ever have the opportunity to hold a Joe DiMaggio playing era card raw in the actual card? It's not very often, I wouldn't think, and it's the first time for me. So yeah, so the seller shipped it in one of these Topps Now cases, just like this, which was kind of hard to believe, but that's how it was shipped. And actually, surprisingly, it was actually kind of secure in there. But I have finally opened it and took it out just to hold it here for a minute or two. But I'm going to put it in this card saver right now. But just thought I'd show this little piece here.